Well, anyway, this is where the Domino's Pizza is now. This was the Coke Factory. This is now where the firehouse is. This was also part of the Coke Factory down here. This was Kroger's at that time. This was a newly built A&P store. They had been down on Beverly Street. This was at one point some sort of a chicken processing plant. Stunk to heavens when you'd walk by it. Then this was a Chevrolet dealer over here. The building is still standing with the towers on it. You can't see but one of them here. This is the old firehouse, of course. And this was the body shop for the Chevy dealer across the street. And so you walk by that, and it stunk like paint, and car paint. But you get on down here to Beckenfield's Bakery, and it smelled like donuts.
What was that there?
It was Beckenfield's Bakery.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Beckenfield's. It was a big bakery anyway. It became Wholesome Bread later. This was a garage, which I was always fascinated with because they had a rampway inside that went from the first up to the second floor, and you could actually drive up to the second floor and have your car serviced and worked on. That was kind of across the street. This was a part of this. Well, right here across from it's where the Goodyear store is now. But at that point, I think it was Chrysler Plymouth dealer maybe. A.R. Hull owned the business later, and that was in there. Just beyond here, this was the first location of Central Tire and Battery, and then they moved to Verona after that. I don't know what that building. I do not remember that building. We moved in 1949. So a lot of change. This picture was taken like in the mid-50s. But some of these buildings up here are still here. That was the old Casco ice plant that they tore down when they built the Staunton Insurance Agency. And just on the other side of the Casco ice plant was the Imperial ice cream place. They used the same cooling business to cool the ice plant and the ice cream place. Beyond that, I'm not sure what was all up there. The house I lived in was right up here somewhere. And whatever else. As you can see, there were houses here that went because they tore everything from here up to right in here was where they started Quick Logic bus service. Yeah. Quick Logic bus service was right there, just on the other side of the chicken place. And there was this alleyway went all the way through here. This was a Buick dealership, and their service bays were in under here in the back. I think there's a couple of houses in here that may or may not have been black. These houses. What else? Of course, Baldwin Street went on through and came up here beside the Coke Factory, right opposite the Catholic Church. Baldwin Street went all the way through.
You remember all of this?
Yeah. I'll be 79 on Monday, but I don't tell anybody.
What is your name, sir?
Bill Hariff.
What is your name, sir?
Bill Hariff.
Oh, Bill.
Come see me MC Jazz in the Park next summer. So anyway.
That's incredible. Thank you for sharing all of that.
This is the building that's still there with most everything going on. This is leader papers.
So you remember the black businesses that were up in this area?
I remember all the black businesses. It used to be, or the black houses. It used to be between Doc Terracoff's Esso station and the Kroger store, and they were gone. They were gone when this picture was taken in the early to mid '50s. So they didn't fall to urban development or renewal. They fell to gentrification or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Because the first thing to go was they went up to this little alley right here, which was with Quick Logics and then the chicken place. I don't know. I don't know if it had a name, but it just went through. I don't know. Bus station was right here across from this chicken place, and then There's a Goodyear of Goodrich store right there next to it.
And the fire department is on
Fire
site.
department here.
What is your name?
Donnie Pennell.
Okay.
Pannell.
Okay, and how are you related to these folks?
This would be my Uncle Frank and my Aunt Placid. These are the owners of Pennell's Inn. Okay? So they're distant cousins. She would be a distant cousin, but we always call her Aunt Placid. Right?
Okay.
Her mother and father were the ones that bought this house. Of course, that house itself had been in ownership with other people. There was about 3 or 4 other owners before they bought this house. I think that's where the log cabin comes in. The original owner had a log cabin built here on this site, and they built the house up around it.
Right.
So, it's a tourist home.
And this was torn down during the urban renewal of the 60s?
No, this was torn down afterwards.
Oh, afterwards.
This was torn down, I think, in the 70s.
Okay, I think it said 77.
Yeah, but during the Jim Crow era, this is where black tourists would stay.
Right.
They were part of the circuit. This book here, the Green Book,
Yes.
lists all the tourist homes where black people could stay.
Right.
And this was one of them. So they used to have entertainers like the Mill Brothers, Duke Ellingtons. They would all stay here.
Wow. Wow.
We always wish that we could have found a registry.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what happened to the registry book.
Oh my.
Yeah, we knew where the registry book was.
Yeah, that would have been great. That would have been great. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir.
We would like to encourage you to have some intentional conversations. Intentional conversations that are about really thinking about those legacy, always because you've been learning. What does it mean for our community today? And then really importantly, what do we want to see in our future? So there's a bunch of different tables and also these little circles of chairs. If you'd like, you can get a cold drink.
Okay, got it. So, yeah, and that's,
And then sit yourself down and find some folks to talk to. There's some discussion questions to get you started. And then
When I went to this school, when we first went there, we were living on Stewart Street.
on Stewart. Huh.
Stewart Street, and then we moved to, when we first integrated, then we were on B Street.
Oh, okay.
With all the masks on and
You're
everything.
Mary.
I'm married. Yeah.
You're Opie's sister.
I'm married. Without the mask.
Can you tell me a little bit about your experience?
Well, just like what my brothers had said, it was very challenging. I was if you saw the interview that my mother did, Ophelia Kyer.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it? Well, she talked about her daughter that when she was in the 2nd grade, how she got sick and the teacher made her clean up her own vomit, and instead of allowing the janitor to do that. So I am that person that had to clean up my own after I got sick, so there was some challenging time getting called different names, I remember getting called Tootsie Roll kind of thing, just picking kind of things like that. But there were I made a lot of good friends as well while I was in once integration started. So I made some really good friends, that lived in different neighborhoods, some white friends, and it wasn't all bad, but it was very challenging. But my parents were always a great inspiration. My father always said, go and do your very best, go the extra mile. My mother was always supportive, so we were a very close-knit family, and we were, very supportive of each other. So it was, we had friends that lived down the street that, went to school as well. So it was just us going into the integration, and, we were scared.
And what grade were you in?
I was in the 2nd grade. So, so it was a challenge. But we had a lot of support, family support.
That's the
with each
important
other.
thing.
Yes.
That's the important thing.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing your story
you're
today.
welcome. You're welcome.